Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see how we can build an app from the scratch, and the data source which we are going to use today is a SharePoint list. So let's begin with the phone layout. And yeah, so PowerApps, for those who are new to PowerApp is basically a software as a service provided by Microsoft, and it is part of the Office 365 platform. Using PowerApps, we can connect to multiple data sources, and also you can publish your app to the PowerApp store, and from there users can access the app irrespective of the platform, that is Android, iOS, Windows. You can access it from the web as well as you can access it from the mobile. That is the advantage of PowerApp. Okay, so for now we created a data source. So creating a blank app, create a data source. Once the data source is created, now let's go and insert a screen. I inserted a new screen. Okay, so once the screen is inserted, I'll go here. For that I'll just copy this. Okay, I'll paste it here, and after doing that I'll just go here. Now change it to ID request. Okay, and this to this. Yeah, and what I want is to make this show as the title, the first column, and the second one I want to show is the priority. This dot priority dot value. Okay, so yeah, that's it. I can give you a name as view request, view all request. Okay, this is okay. So this is a reload function, and I can write a property on select. That is, on click of this, refresh the data source. For that I have the refresh function. So it request. So also I'll copy this function. Okay. Then we'll have a look at the search. For that, what you have to do is a thing which was created before. Just have to copy that, paste it here. Okay, mention here it is IT request. Once that is done, okay, here you have to mention the name of the column, that is the title column, TITLE. Okay, and then you'll have to mention title. Okay, and I guess something happened here. So yeah, here I will have to mention title. Okay, so now if I try to search here to install, so you see the data got filtered instantly. So one good advantage about PowerApp is that you don't have to always go to the play. It has an inbuilt compiler which compiles as soon as you write the function for the particular property. So as soon as I write a function for full property, the function gets compiled there itself. So you do not have to wait to click on the play button and see it in the preview mode. So that is one advantage of PowerApp. Okay. So other than that, ensure that you rename things properly. So it's the screen home. This is screen view all request. So what I usually do is, so browse gallery. So I just keep the browse gallery, and after that I write view all request. Okay. So that's why I usually rename things. So what all things I showed you? I showed you how to create a data source, how we can connect a gallery to that data source. Once that is done, how to refresh the data source, how to do a search. Also what I showed you was something, sorry. So maybe if you want to do sorting, and the sorting you want to do based upon some other column, then you can do that also. So you can select the column. Okay, so now you can see high to and third loop. So now I can just play this, and now I can see I can do the sorting. So this way you can do the sorting. Okay, so yeah, that is about sorting. So let's keep a track here what all we did today. So we created a blank app, created a data source SharePoint list. This is the formula for search. Okay, and this you need to put into where the gallery items property. Yeah, so this we can see it in we have put in the items property. So this is a formula. So I'll just mention it here as gallery items property. Okay, refreshes the data source. Okay, so yeah, so all these things are done. Now let's create something on the home screen as well. So okay, let's give it a color. Home fill. Let's fill it with a color, and let's give it a button. Okay, let's put a label instead of that. Getting started. This we can just put it in the center align, bold, 36, change some font. Okay, and maybe here you can insert few other icons like and I'll just change this color to white. Not the fill color. So I'll just do the undo and I'll just change the color. Okay, so something like this. Okay, and insert button, maybe something called as next. So okay, that's what I want to do now. Okay, after doing that, I may want to change the radius of the button. So I'll make it 50, and now you can see the button has become rounded. So you can do that also. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that you can round off the button. That's why I add a button. So now I click on the next, and now I go to action. I click on navigate, and navigate screen view all requests, this form, and fade. On click of this button, it will take you to this form. Okay, now let's create another form, new screen and a form screen. Now we need a edit form, a new form where we can add data. So screen new request. Okay, and here we can add new request. So once a new request is created, now what we can do is, here I can mention it as new request. Okay, and after doing that, I will now connect it to a data source. So that is my SharePoint. No, I think I can connect to an existing data source, right? So I'll connect to IT request. Okay, and yeah, that's it I want. And now after doing that, I'll go back to the view all screen request, and now on click of this button, I want that particular form to open. So navigate, screen new request, navigate new screen request. Where is it? I can't find it. Okay, sorry, it's screen new request, sorry, and then you can select a transition, that is fade, and then I will pass the ID, because I'll not pass any ID, no, because I want it to be created new, right? So I will not be passing any ID here. So yeah, and but before that, what I want to do is reset the form. So before the form gets open, I want to reset it, and in the reset form, I want it to be the new request, this one. Okay. Okay, sorry, it's reset form, that's why I was giving it. Okay, so now on click of this, the form should open, and now what we have to do is that we have to write a function on click, that is a save function. So for save, we have a function called as a patch function. So on click of this, we'll write a patch function. So that function is something like this, patch. Okay, so the data source you have to mention, okay, and then we have to mention the a JSON data form. The data which we are going to send to the SharePoint is in a JSON format. So before that, we have to mention the record. So it's basically an IT request itself. So you have to mention the record, that is IT request, and then the update, that is the insert which we are going to do. For that, you have to do it in a JSON format, and close this. Okay, so now we'll start with the update. So first is the title column. So okay, so before that, again, what I will do is just the renaming of the column. So this is the title column, txt title new. Okay, yeah, txtReason new. I always ensure that I do the naming properly. So detail pretty new, detail request type new, DDL request status new, DDL hardware new, DDL software new, DDL no, it's people picker. People picker assigned to. We have done with all the columns, and now once it is done, I'll switch back to the save property, and here I will start writing the name of the column. So first I will start with the title column, title colon txt title new dot text. Okay. Similarly for reason column, we use the reason column name txt reason new dot text. Okay. Now priority is a lookup column. So for is a choice column. So for choice column, we need to use something like this. So I will just copy paste this right now. Okay. So for choice column, we'll have a look at the lookup column later, but for now we'll see the choice column. So DDL priority new. So we have the priority column. You have to mention the type of data, that is SP list expanded reference, and that's the value. Okay, no ID. DDL request type new, DDL request status new, DDL hardware as new, and DDL software as new. Now the next column is a people and picker column, which is people and group column. For that you have to mention it in this format, where you have to mention it as the name of the, also you have to take the internal column name assigned to the new display name, email. So that's it, and you are done. So once you have written the path function, nobody can stop you from saving data to a SharePoint list. Okay. But you will see this error, no item to display. So for removing that error, what you have to do is, basically for now, this is a new request. You have mentioned the data source, but for item property you have to mention something, and that something is this. So it basically defaults to what data source. You have to mention that. So it defaults to IT request. And now when we click on the play button, it opens. Okay. So now when I go to the home screen, I click on this, I click on getting started. Now when I click on add, and I mention that installing SharePoint workflow manager. Okay, project requirement, I can search here like hi, so it searches and gives me things. So search is also possible. Required type is software, request is in progress. We can also make this value as default. Okay, hardware, software is SharePoint designer, just do it and I'm assigned to okay, and now I click on save. So now the data got saved. Okay, and for seeing the data I can just go to my main request and yeah, I can see installing SharePoint Workflow Manager. But notice one thing that I just want to show you that on click of this, after this is completed, we can just redirect the person back to the screen which he came from. Okay, so okay, so yeah, this is done. On click of this, I again want to go to the back screen where he came from. This is done. Okay, so yeah, so now new request is completed, and now let's click on edit request. So screen, and I'll just give a name to the screen, and the name of the screen is screen edit request. Okay, so I'll just go here. I will type as edit request. Okay, and then I'll go to the form. Yeah, let it be as edit form 2. That's fine. And then let's go to the data source. Select it as IT request. Okay, but for the okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to insert a button here to edit the request. For doing that, I'll have to click here. I click on this edit button. After doing that, I go to insert, I go to icon. From there I go to edit. Okay, and now I just model this icon a bit. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I just want to move this icon. Okay. I have moved this, but one thing which I notice is that the text. So what about that? For that, what we can do is click on this, let's shorten it a bit. Okay, and after doing that, just go to home, view, go to the label property and set it auto hide. So it will adjust the data based on the availability. Also for the label, just go to label and do an auto hide. Okay, so after doing this, on click of the edit link, I'll have to write a code, and that code is something like this. Navigate to the screen edit request. Transition is fade. It's a type of transition, and then I will pass the ID. So passing the ID, I will just mention that x is equal to ID. Sorry, x colon ID. So x is a query string and ID is a value, basically. Okay. So once that is done, I go back to my edit form. I go back here. Okay. I go to item. Okay. And I just write here filter ID request, comma. Yeah, I'll mention x is equal to ID. Okay. So yeah, that's what you have to do. But again, here what you observe is that now you can see the error. So I just want to show you the error. So the property accepts a record value, but this role produces incompatible table value. So filter generally gives you the data in the tabular format. So that's the data type is table, but you want a single record. For doing that, we have to do first ID. So now the error is gone, and now let's go to the home screen. Let's play it. Getting started. So I'll just select the last one, and yeah, so you saw installing SharePoint Workflow Manager, and yeah, actually this is a multi-line text, and multi-line text, the plain text only works. The rich text format does not work properly. So purposely I have used this so that you can see it does not work properly. Okay, and then you have selected the high, and I'll just change this to medium. Installing workflow, I'll just mention it to installing SharePoint server instead. Okay, in progress is completed, and yeah, that's it. I click on save, but it should not be. So I just went back. You saw that it became installing SharePoint server. Okay, so it will work out of the box as well. Here you can see it became a SharePoint, installing SharePoint server. Okay, but if you want, then you can go back here and change the function and write your own function. So for that I have to go to edit request. Okay, and after going to the edit request, I have to go to the onSelect method, and here in the onSelect method I need to add the patch function. So patch your IT request, and now here you have to mention the condition. So for mentioning the condition, yeah, so yeah, what you have to do is basically you have to mention the where condition, right? Because you are going to do it for a particular what do we say, a particular item, right? That is the reason. And for doing that, yeah, for doing that, So for doing that, basically we'll have to write a condition here, and that condition is something like this. So we'll have to mention it here like this. Okay, and then the data which we want to get updated, that, and the value will that come from here. So we have to go to view screen request, click on the edit button, and we have mentioned it as X, right? So here in the edit form I'll mention it as X. While saving also I'll mention it as X. And once that is done, you can just copy this from the here. Yeah, but before that, one thing which you might have to do is rename this all variables. So txtTitle.Edit, txtReason.Edit, tdl PowerApp Edit, tdl request type edit, tdl request status edit, tdl hardware edit, to left, tdl software edit, tdl AssignedTo.Edit. Once that is done, you will just go here and paste it. I think I had copied it, or I don't know. So I will just go back to the new request, the new request batch function. I'll go here. Okay, copy all this from here, and once I've copied it, I will just go back to the edit screen, this symbol here, and I just have to paste it here. Okay, wait, that's done. The only thing that I need to change is txtTitle.Edit, txtReason.Edit, tdl priority edit, tdl request, this is 5, right? So request tdl request type edit, tdl request status edit, tdl hardware edit, tdl software edit, and then we have the last one, pp. What did I image? Okay, I image DTL. So DTL assigned to edit, Control V, done. Now my function is ready. I shouldn't be seeing any warning here, and the warning is gone. Now I do a save, and I got installing SharePoint, and I do a save. So now you can see it went and say installing SharePoint. Done. So we have done with the view new, and now let's have a look at the display form. So for doing a display form, let's use the edit form only. Okay, so for that, what we will do is we will change the form property. So we have something called as the default mode. So the default mode. So if so before that, what I will do is so on click of this, I want to show the display form. So navigate, okay, and I want to show it to the edit screen. The transition is fade, and I'll just put a query string, and I'll just use z is equal to view. Okay, sorry, I made a mistake here, so it should be cool. So on click of this will be passed, and after doing that I have to go to the edit form. Okay, and here in the edit form I have a default mode. So if z is equal to view, then form mode is view. Okay, else form mode is new. Sorry, edit. Okay, so once that is done, I'll just put here as FormMode.Edit. Okay, so now let's go to the home screen, getting started. So you can now see the form is in a read-only mode. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. So you don't even have to create a new form. So you can, based upon the condition which I taught you, you can do that. One thing what I want to show you is that this. Let's try out if it works or not. So here I want to so I'm just going to delete this data from here. Okay, sorry. And before deleting, I'll just insert a text, HTML text. Okay, so I inserted the HTML text, and after inserting, I'll just delete this existing one. I'll just do something, increase the height, top. Okay, and here I will mention the name of the column, and that was reason, right? So now I can see that file. So you can see for display form we now have the HTML tag supported. So any HTML content we have, any formatting data that can be shown using that particular column. Okay, and then other than that, I wish to show you. So that's it. So I forgot to show you delete. So let's click on insert icon. Let's do a delete as well. So edit icons, trash. Okay, just add one small icon somewhere around here. Okay, and then click off this, remove IT request, remove IT request column, the name of the gallery, that is browse gallery view request dot selected. That's it. So once you write that, and then you can delete it. So I just click on yeah, this one, and now you can see it got deleted. Great, cool, it works. So I'll just go here, copy this, add it here. So this is your update code. Okay, this is your insert code. Okay, and yeah, this is your remove code. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. So we learned how we can create an app from the scratch, where we learned about how we can create the new screen, edit screen, display screen, and how we can create a gallery, how we can delete an item, how we can edit an item, how we can add a new item, how we can use the back functionality, how we can use the navigation. So yeah, so that's it for now. Thank you all. You can subscribe to my channel for upcoming videos, and I will give you a demo about the other SharePoint columns as well. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you.